Hey, what's going on, guys? Dr. Sean J. Harris here, Generational Wealth Academy. Great Thursday morning to everybody. Saturday number 5. Hey, listen, I want to talk to you guys this morning about tax brackets. Kennedy shared with me yesterday that in school they were learning some of the details about taxes. And one of the things that she mentioned was that the actual school was teaching her about staying within a particular tax bracket. Most people find themselves within the 40% tax bracket as 9-to-5 employees. But what this does, it gives people the mindset and the mind frame of believing that the more money you make, the more you'll have to pay in taxes. But I want you to understand this. If you minimize your ability to make money to stay within a certain tax bracket to avoid paying taxes, you got a bigger problem than what you think. So my philosophy has always been to make more money and make more taxes, pay more taxes if necessary. But here's the real truth of the matter. The more money you make, particularly if you're an entrepreneur or business owner, you have tax deductions, which allows you to position yourself where you don't have to pay many taxes, if taxes at all. First and foremost, I am not a tax strategist, not a tax CPA or tax expert, but I am just sharing information based on experience and wisdom of running multiple companies for over 27 years. So what I want you to understand is that I would rather pay $40,000 on $1 million income as opposed to keeping my income capped at $80,000 and hope to get a tax return. Here's the deal. I had many mentors many years ago that told me that, listen, if you get tax returns, you're broke. You're not making money. And I know that sounds like a harsh reality, but it's a financial fact. So there was a study done with some college professors. And in this study, they asked people who were looking to get a job. They said, listen, we have 2 job options and opportunities for you. The first option is we'll pay you $100,000 a year, and all of your coworkers will make $200,000 a year. That was one option. The second option was we'll pay you $50,000 a year, and all of your coworkers will make $25,000 a year. Nearly 50% of the participants in this case study all chose option B, which was to make $50,000 a year, and all of their co-workers would make $25,000 a year. So it's not the fact that the people wanted to do better for themselves. It's just that they wanted to ensure that other people were not doing as good and were worse off than they were. That is a very skewed thought process. And many times people always focus on outdoing the next person, even if it's at a detrimental experience for themselves. So you had an opportunity to make $100,000, but you chose to take the $50,000. There's another case study that was done, I think back in 1986, where this a similar situation, where they had the exact same duplicate job offer, and one of the payments were like $100,000, the other payment was like $50,000, and most people gravitated to the $50,000 because they just couldn't see themselves making $100,000. Here's what I learned over the years. Many times you guys hear me talk about this story where I went to my first business seminar in real estate, and this guy came up to me and he was like, hey, how much money you make? And I told him, hey, I make 6 figures a year. He laughed at me. I said, what are you laughing about? And his thing was, I'm not laughing at you make $100,000 a year. It's not that he didn't laugh at I made $100,000, but he was laughing at the fact that it took a whole year to do it. So that gave me the mindset stretch that I needed at that particular time, being 27 years old, making my first $100,000. He said, listen, it's easier to make $100,000 in a month than it is in a year. And I quickly started realizing that as I started doing that. And he later went on to tell me it's easier to make $100,000 in a month than it was a year, $100,000 in a week than it was in a month, in a day, in a week. So until our minds are stretched, we'll stay operating inside of that box. It's kind of like being that hamster on a wheel. You got a lot of movement, you got a lot of activity, but you're not going anywhere. A lot of times people talk about hustling and grinding. And I've talked about that many times before, that those two words make me cringe, because hustling by definition means hurried bodily movements. And like I just said, a hamster on a wheel is hurriedly moving to go nowhere. And then the definition of grind is to reduce to the lowest particle. So a lot of times people say, I'm out here grinding, I'm on my grind. Listen, I don't want to break myself down to the lowest particle. It doesn't make sense to work hard when you can work smart. And we work smart by leveraging tools and techniques and strategies. So that's just the message I want to share this morning to people. Don't be so confined to thinking the way that society, the way the school system has trained most people to think and to operate their lives. It doesn't make sense to take a lower offer to stay in comfortability, as opposed to take the higher offer, which will make you uncomfortable many times. But when we're uncomfortable is when we have our biggest growth. All right, guys, I'm Dr. Sean J. Harris. I wanted to share that message with you this morning. Listen, Tara and I are gearing up for 2024. We have a few slots to be able to coach some folks on an intimate setting, to be able to take you from point A to point B, to take you from your current reality to your preferred reality. But to get there, there's a process in the middle, and that's called the transformation period. That's where we start learning. See, it's one thing to earn, but the more you learn, the more you earn. So I'm going to open up an opportunity for you to reach out to Tara and I. You can reach us at SeanJHarris.com or either GrowFamilyLegacy.com. And let's set up a time we can get on the phone and talk for a few minutes, just to see if it would be a good fit for you to work with us. All right, guys, I'm Dr. Sean J. Harris. Make impact, make money while you're doing it.